Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarel van Grennen, aka Mr. VG, and we are getting into the more advanced products. So, in other words, where the multiplication is not always going to be straightforward, as also that your multiplication is a bit tricky. So, I chose these three sums, and I want you to simplify them completely. Go for it, and please be careful at that difference between question A and question B. So hit the pause button and try this sum yourself. Then watch the rest of the video to see how I did it. Let's start with question A. When I look at question A, first of all, what do I see? I see there's a product there. So in other words, there's a multiply between brackets. And then I see that I subtract 2x. Listen to the difference. I see a product and then I see subtract 2x. There's a minus between the brackets and the 2x. So I can't go and distribute that negative 2x in. That is question B. But let's not run ahead of ourselves. Let's multiply out those first binomials. So first of all, 3 times by x. Remember, I'm following the FOIL method. First, outers, inners, lasts. So 3 times by x is 3x. 3 times by negative 3 is negative 9. Negative 2x times x is negative 2x squared. And negative 2x times by negative 3 is positive 6x. But then I still have to subtract that 2x. Now what can I do, ladies and gentlemen? Now I can just add like terms. So the negative 2x squared doesn't have a mate, so I'm going to keep it like that. Then I've got 3x plus 6x, which is 9x. Subtract 2x, that gives me positive 7x. And last but not least, I've got the negative 9. Ta-da! There's my answer. Now let's quickly look at question B. Now question B is very similar to question A, except the negative 2x is in brackets. So in other words, I've got a product multiplied by another bracket. That is important. A product multiplied by another bracket. So what I'm going to do is first FOIL out those first two brackets. But if I'm clever, I will see that already I have multiplied out those first two brackets in A there. You can go and redo it again if you want to, but you're going to get to exactly the same answer. But then I've got to multiply. Remember, multiply that by the negative 2x. So I've got to go and just simplify that first bracket to make life a little bit easier for ourselves, okay? So I added the like terms, that's 3x and the 6x, and then I've got to distribute that negative 2x into the brackets, which means I've got negative 2x times by negative 2x squared, which gives me positive 4x cubed, minus 18x squared plus 18x. For some of you, having that negative 2 at the back there is a little bit confusing. So what you can do, because there is a multiply in between those brackets, remember, ladies and gents, you can actually swap these around. Okay, let me show you. Because for some of you, this might be easier. So I can write the negative 2x in the front, and then that negative 2x squared plus 9x minus 9, like that. And that gives me the same answer. Why can I do that, ladies and gentlemen? Simply because there is a multiplication and therefore order doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the third sum. Now I've got C being that. Where do I start? And ladies and gentlemen, remember, you've always got bed mass to fall back on. Okay? Always. So brackets. But remember that brackets means inside of brackets. Not just brackets. It means inside. Then I've got an exponent. So I first want to handle the exponent before I do the rest. So I'm going to write out everything the same, but I'm going to go to that exponent first, which means the 2x plus 1 multiplied by the 2x plus 1. Remember, that's what that square means. Next up, I'm going to start distributing out. I'm going to FOIL out the first two brackets. So x squared minus or plus 4x minus 4x minus 16. Then I'm going to multiply out those back two brackets before I do anything with that negative 2. So that negative 2 I'm going to leave as is. Start by foiling out or multiplying out those back brackets. I've got 4x squared plus 2x plus 1. Let me just clear that one up a little bit for you. Okay? So you can actually see what's going on there. What am I to do now? I still don't have the brackets gone. But before I get rid of the brackets, let's just simplify a little bit. So if I add the like terms, I've got x squared minus 16. Then I've got minus 2. And in the back brackets, I've got 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. I'm going to now distribute the minus 2 into my back brackets, leaving me with negative 8x squared minus 8x minus 2. Because remember, I'm distributing that in. And now I can go and add and subtract the like terms. So that gives me negative 7x squared minus 8x minus 18. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you get this, hope you understand this, and see that I'm still following bed mass. I'm handling my exponents, then I'm multiplying out what I can before I go to adding and subtracting and simplification right at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. VG signing out. In our next video, we are going to have a look at trinomial factorization like you've never seen before. Keep well. Cheers.